So today we're going to solve one challenge. Okay, so basically it is a crackme file. So I'll just try to show you all. So you all can see this is an file created in C programming. So I'll just show you all the information about it. So it is a L64-bit executable file for Linux x86 64. It is dynamically linked and not stripped. Okay, so now let's run this crackme, right? So I hit enter, so it's asked me a number. So let's say we enter 12. So it says I cannot provide reply. Okay, fine. So let's enter some big number. 56, 56, 56, random. Says I cannot provide reply. Okay, fine. So now we're going to analyze with a open source tool known as GHIDRA. So it is an open source tool used in many of the reverse engineering correctness. Okay, so if you just type GHIDRA over here and hit enter, it will going to open the dialog box, a big one. So in that we can basically analyze that binary or that particular file which you want to reverse engineer it. So let's say close this and then click on the particular folder, or if you want to create a new directory, you can go on the file section and then create a new directory, right? So just click over here and then we need to import the file, right? So you all can just go on the file section over here and then click on the import file. Okay, and then you all can sub to your particular directory where the particular file is. So over here I have already opened this. So it is a.out, then select file to import, and then we're going to say that it is in this particular format, language, the destination folder, and the name of the program. So then we should be free to click on OK. Then it will going to load it. So then just click OK. Okay. So now the file is been imported into our GHIDRA. So now we'll going to double click this to actually see the source code of it. So you can see it is nice logo comes over here for reverse engineering. Okay, so now we're going to so now it will going to open the code browser. So basically there are many sections. Okay, so before that you will get a pop-up box saying that analyze, that it has not been analyzed. Would you like to analyze it now? So just click on S and then just click on analyze. If you are pro in this, then you all can just select some of the important ticks. Okay, if you all know better than me, so I just keep on analyze by default. Then it will going to analyze the whole file, right? So now, so the basic approach to solve this the CTF challenge is that so as we all know, the program starts from the main function, right? So any execution of the code starts from the main function. So you all can see the small box over here. So it is a symbol tree box. So under that you all can see functions, and even there is one more a box over here for program trees. So basically it will show you the all GOT tables, global offset tables, and then many of that files like dot data section and everything. So the most interesting part is over here. So you all can see the symbol tree over here, and this dialog box is for to show the this assembly code in the assembly format, right? So you all can see it is all the code is over here. So now we okay, and this section is for decompiler, right? So I'll going to explain you also what is decompiler will do. So now the first approach is to click on these functions, okay, over here, and you all can see there are many of the functions over here. So the main part is to click on this main function. Now in some cases, if the binary is not stripped or might be stripped, uh, you all can click on the start function or entry function. So if you all click on start function, you all can see the libc start main. So the first function calls over here, and in that one parameter is passed as main. So at this address, your main address will be stored in other binaries, right? So you're going to need to copy that address and paste over here and hit enter, and then you can find the main function. So this is one tip. For now we already have the main function, so we do not need to do that. So just click on main function over here, and you all can see, so this is the actual main function from where the program execution starts in that particular binary. So now there are some of the local variables created over here of type integer, okay, and then some assignment is done of 2. Then the for loop goes, okay, and then printf, okay. So as you all know that once we run that binary, we get the, that pop up that enter a number. So it takes the number, and ISO scanf functions gets called and stores that value into the this variable local protein at that particular address, and then it's check if the local c variable, so local c variable will get updated through this some logic of the code in the for loop, and it will going to check the final value of the local variable c, is it equal to the local variable of 14. So the local variable of 14 is the input value, and then if it is correct, it throws out the puts function that there is a flag I love you, okay, or else it throws that puts function saying that I cannot provide you a flag, and then it basically do its normal stuff like return to 0. So yeah, this code looks too dirty, so we'll going to clean it. So as we know that this local 14 is for input value, so what we can do is that just click over here and drag till that variable name, and then right click over here, and you all can see there will be one uh, rename variable option. So just click on that and just type the variable name which you want to give, like which you know. So over here it is input, so I will say input variable var, so it is input variable, right? So over here you can see the it changed all over the code, so so this was the input variable over here, and it takes input and checks over here the input. So now we'll going to change something in the for loop also. So the uh, so over here it assigns the local 10 to 2. So what we can do is that, as we all normally when we try to code, so we write like for int I is equal to 0. So let us assume that this local 10 is I. So let's try to rename this in same method. Just right click, rename variable, and just say I, hit enter. So now you can see now it is a pretty good view, okay, because it was all investigated. And then we can see the first time it is I is equal to 2, and then it check if is it I less than or equal to hex of 14. So hex of 14 we can just check by doing some Python stuff. Okay, so just say convert hex 14 to int. So it is 20. Okay, so basically over here what happens is that the I value is 2, and it will going so the full loop will be going until the 20th term. Okay, so I'll just come over here. So we can just rename this to 20, right? Okay, I think we cannot rename this, might be no issue, but we all know it is 20, right? So then it will going to increment the value, so it is same stuff like I plus plus, and that will come into the loop and assign the local c is equal to local c into I. So it is basically trying to multiply by itself, like the first time it is 2, so so it will be 2 into the next ith value, so 2 to the 4, like that stuff. So what we can do is that we can set this to local c to actual password, because it is going to compare that local c variable to the input value, right? So just drag this and say actual password of we can say pass, rename variable pass, sorry pass, right? Okay, so you can see it changed all over the code. So password is equal to password into I. So now, if the until the 20th term, the password will going to be, a big integer value. So it will be difficult for us to count the actual value of the password. So what I'm gonna do is that just drag this code until here and just copy this, and then I'm gonna open my terminal over here. Just exit this out. So I'm gonna add one more file over here to find the to run that for loop conditions. Okay, so I'll just say touch uh, password dot c, and then I'll open a favorite Sublime text editor for that, and I've got this right. So I'll just include the basic name, then just paste that code. So in password is equal to 2, and then return 0, which is not actually needed. Fine. Okay, then we have to change this hex value to 20, and then we're going to print that password value, right? So sorry, printf password is person d, and then we can just say password, right? So we are done with this, I hope. Slash n, right password, and then just save this, and then come over here, say gcc password dot c hyphen o password. Okay, okay. So I'm having some error over here, undefined I. Okay, fine. We're gonna just say int I. Okay, okay, my fault. Just turn this again, so we can see we are having no errors and we are good to go. Just say this password, and we can see we have got something a big value. So it was basically multiplying that value by another value until the 20th position. So now what we're going to do is that we'll just have a look over if anything else is there. Okay, so we have got the actual password, okay, by running that program. So we can input that password, so it will going to compile the password. If the password is correct, we are lucky to get the flag. Basically this output. So what I'm going to do is I'll just run that crackme file and enter this password, which I've got it from my new program, and just paste it and hit enter, and there we go. There is the flag I love you. So it was a good one. It was a very easy crack me. So I created this video just to show you all how can we use GHIDRA and some editing features, or rename or renaming the variables in this way, and clearing the obfuscated code in the in this GHIDRA tool. So even if you all want, we can check this assembly stuff, but I don't think it is a good to do it now because we have already got the flag, right? So it will so let's see till over here for function. Yeah, so it is basically trying to check that value. uh, it was 14, so it was from the zeroth element minus 1, so it is 13, right? Hex. So it will going to compare until it is 20th, and then it will going to store that password value into that particular register, and then it will going to say us enter the number over here, right? Enter the number, and then it will going to take the input stuff, and then it will going to check the password over here. So as you know, so I've told that it stored that password in EAX, and that we will compare that EAX with that input var, and then we'll check if the jump is not equal to 0. That will I cannot provide the flag. If jump is equal to 0, it will go to say there is a flag. And this is way we solve this a simple crackme by using GHIDRA tool. I hope you all like this video. If you like, please like, share and subscribe. and please check the friends. Okay,